So I'm out on a walk with the little ones, and I was thinking about this statistic. 67% of couples break up within the first year of having a baby. And then sitting in why I think that happens, and sort of moving through what I've heard from women and from men and my own experience and all that good stuff. And what I've come to understand, because a lot of times people say, oh yeah, that, it's just because you're not sleeping. No, it's bigger than that. There's an entire identity shift that happens when two people who were used to just being sentient, autonomous, free beings that can make any choice at any time for themselves, and yes, consider their partner, but not like, oh, I need to use the restroom. That's a choice for you guys who don't have kids. That's a choice that must be, it has to go through some channels. When you have to use the restroom and you have babies like we do, the child's life depends on being aware of where they are in time and space. And so something as simple as, oh, I gotta pee, becomes like, hey, could you go watch so-and-so so I can go pee? Right now we're having these negotiation conversations out of nowhere, but not out of nowhere. And oftentimes what I'll see in these memes and what women will say is like, oh, men get to keep their lives while women have to completely sacrifice their bodies, their minds, their souls, their spirits. Everything shifts. And that is true and also not true. It's not true that a man gets to keep his life. It just looks different. So it looks and appears like, oh, he's just going to work like always. No, there's an extreme added layer of, I'm now going to work and I must figure this out for the sake of my family. I must. It is on me. Even if there's this mutual agreement of, oh, we're both the breadwinners, there's no worries. A man feels in his consciousness that he must protect and serve. And there's all these micro sacrifices that happen that oftentimes women never see, and also men never see. Men often get in this conversation of, hey, so when a man is upset, this is what he'll say. He'll say, I'm doing everything, and yet she's still mad at me. And one of the things I remind myself and my friends and people who I coach is it's always going to be a moving target, because the feminine inside of each and every one of us is always going to change its desires. So a man that is trying to, and I've fallen victim to this as well, wash the dishes, clean the clothes, wake up 10 times, take the kid to school, yes, my babies, do all the things, and then expecting to like, oh, I'm winning, right? Like, there's no way that I can get in trouble, right? And like, look at those quotes and think about what I'm saying here. There's playing to win and there's playing not to lose. And oftentimes we bounce in between those as in partnership. We can call it nature or we can call it nurture. But women have, for a long time, been better at sharing their feelings. Often those feelings are not feelings, they're just stories that have created a feeling. However, they're better at communicating those things and their needs and their wants and their desires. While we can call it nature or nurture, we tell big boys, little boys, to stuff it up, to shut it down, to don't be, big boys don't cry, right? So what then ends up happening is, there we go, mama. You don't want any water? No? Okay. Let's see. Okay. We'll figure it out. It's part of the game. And this, what I'm doing right now, with trying to figure out what needs my children have, is exactly the solution in partnership. It's the solution. It's attunement. How can I attune to my partner's needs? right? Last thing I'll say about this, and there's a lot, this is a long conversation, but last thing I'll say is these two people get together and they create this beautiful third. And the third becomes the priority, especially of the mother, because she knows that she's a mom the moment the baby's inside of her. While the man, it takes a little longer for him to catch, like, oh, I'm a daddy now, not just when the baby's on the outside. So she's going through her identity shift while simultaneously, not feeling sexy or not wanting to, make out and all the things that previously got that baby. And man is feeling neglected, and he's working harder than ever and stressed out more than ever. And these two people are just missing each other. And the solution in all of this is attunement. Remembering that not just women have needs, but men have them as well. And when we expect a man to sort of take the brunt of the storms that happen in relationships without actually facing off with it, without actually holding or bringing into account that that's somebody's baby too, it gets a little tricky. Women, you guys are soldiers in the best way possible. I bow to you. What you endure for those 10 months and beyond is a feat, but you're not doing it alone at all. So, blessings and blessings. Leave a comment below if this lands, resonates, or anything of that nature. Going back to dadding.